I am Brown Girl Banter.
I am Brown Girl Banter.
We are Brown Girl Banter. You are Brown Girl Banter.
We are going to talk about finding a therapist.
Yes.
Finding a fit.
Yeah, finding a good fit for you, because a lot of times I think I've heard people say, well, I found a therapist, I went, wasn't really like a good fit for me, or I don't feel that we jushin', and so I'm gonna stay or I'm gonna quit. Usually it's I'm gonna quit, I'm just not gonna go back. And I'm like, it's almost like dating. Finding a therapist, you may get referrals from somebody that you know, and that works. But usually it's you going on a directory like Psychology Today, Therapy for Black Girls, Therapy for Black Men, you know, these different sites. And you're reading over profiles and you're like, oh, that person says they take my insurance. That's usually one of the things. Or they look like me, or they say they handle whatever my presenting problem, what I want to go. And then it's like you go and you're like, I don't know if that's a good fit.
Connection, rapport.
And that's important because it's about building relationship. You're building a therapeutic relationship with another individual, and you're telling them usually some of your most deepest secrets that you haven't told anybody else. And your therapist, so you want to be able to have that connection. You want to feel safe in that environment. So, but you need to find the one that's the right fit for you, and don't give up after the first one if it doesn't work out.
So that makes me say to you, have you been in a therapeutic relationship that didn't work well for you, or that you had to go date and court and find a therapist that fit best for you? Because I think they think that we just, oh no, you go find you a therapist and perfect, it's good for you. Or like me sometimes, just call a friend and be like, hey girl, let me tell you what's going on in my life, can you help me out? But we have to go through the same process.
Yeah.
We have to go through the same process as you to find the person who lets us be unapologetically ourselves.
Yes.
Flaws and all, and sees us in our, weak moments, our hurting, our bad moments, and can call us on that. But also when we need somebody to, hold us up, and somebody to, comfort us when we're struggling. So have you had to go through the process of finding, your person?
Yes. For me, it's, let me see, I'm trying to think. I had a therapist, it's probably 6 years ago, and she decided to retire. She was a good, fit. I would go see her, we would talk, she would hold me accountable for my stuff. And then once she decided that she was gonna no longer counsel, I was like, now what am I supposed to do?
That's the worst.
And the challenge for me is finding someone that I don't know. Because I work with counselors within our community, finding somebody I didn't know. And so I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a little harder than usual, because by that time I was looking for a Black female possibly, or a Black male. And so I found a Black male. It was okay. But I had to find someone that actually was licensed that lived in another state but was licensed in the state of Tennessee. So I knew I wouldn't run into her at a meeting, I wouldn't run into her at an event or something like that. And so we have been probably developing this therapeutic relationship for the last year.
Okay.
And so it's been good because she does hold me accountable. Some days I'm like, I don't like you, lady. But but then she laughs. She's like, okay, I want you to think about that. But being able to find that fit,
it's challenging.
has been very important, because, like I said, being a professional, somebody that was not intimidated about me being a therapist, because some people, once you say you're a therapist, they think you're supposed to do therapy with them in the session. It's like, no, I need you to treat me. I need you to treat me like I was Joanne off the street.
Exactly.
Don't treat me like I am Dr. Lucretia Dangerfield. Or the therapist. Don't treat me like that. Treat me like somebody else that you're gonna call me out on my BS, because I can BS sometimes, and just show up. So being able to find it, and the way that I found her was actually through therapy for Black girls. And so I found her that way. So I used that website to find my therapist, because I was looking for someone specific. And so once I found out that she was not, and she was, she specialized in what I'm working through now.
I think the challenge for me with that, speaking of like what you're working through, is this idea of like, what I came for might not be what I need to work through. And I think that might be one of the things I find myself in when going to therapy in general. It's just this idea. I feel like I said this about something else. Was it Zuri in therapy?
Probably. Yep. Well, yeah. That's what she talked about.
That's a theme of going on in the Ruffin family. But I think that like I, in my rational brain, had made up these decisions about what I need therapy for. Just like when I do consultation sessions, they're like this and this and this, and then when I do the consultation, we're talking a little bit more. I'm like, so I'm going to add these goals to things I think that we should work on.
Once they get in there and they start talking, you like, oh, so that wasn't what it was.
Or this is why.
Right, yeah.
Underneath
the underlying thing. Yeah.
On. And so I think that it is important to being open and willing in that space of like really knowing what you're looking for when you're looking for a therapist. Like, what is it? Yes. I mean, sometimes they just like, I just feel like I need to figure out my life, and I just haven't had any time to figure out my life and talk to somebody. And then we get in and you had trauma and you had all
your
these
history,
particular things, and maybe you're just scared to say the word trauma.
I don't know that it was traumatic. It was just life.
Exactly. And I think that is a piece of like the thing that people struggle with, and especially, I'm going to be specific, and I know it's going to sound very generalized, but Black women, because we come in with this idea of being a strong Black woman.
Yes.
And so this idea that I'm just coming in to work on me a little bit and kind of figure out my life, and then you realize like, my life is like this because don't talk about Big Mama. Well, no, talk about Big Mama because it started with Big Mama, and so when we try to expose all of these things, you feel uncomfortable, it doesn't sit well with you, so the reason you came into therapy might not be the reason that you need to be in therapy.
Yes.
Because there's all these underlying things. So one of my clients just recently, she said, usually I run, and I promised myself this.
I wasn't gonna run.
And so I said, okay, let's work, And so I think it's important that as you're looking for a clinician, yes, you look for, this is what I need somebody who does this, this, and this, but also being open when you get in there of saying, hey, there is maybe some underlying things that this person is willing to work with me on, and I'm going to be open to that process and seeing what happens in that journey. And one other thing, then I'm going to really be done because Riley back there like wrap it up, is Dr. Dangerfield has taught me this. Ask for what you need in therapy. Don't you think?
Yes.
Ask for what
you have to ask for what you, if you feel like the relationship, it's almost like being in any relationship, because you need to ask your partner for what you need in the relationship, if it's a partner to partner relationship or family members. But your therapist, ask for it. If you believe that your therapist is the therapist for you and they're not giving you what you need, ask for it. Now, if they don't give it after that, then you can find you another therapist. But ask them, say, hey, I think I need you to push me a little bit deeper in this area. Or if you notice that I, disassociate right before your eyes, stop me.
Right. Or that I am the queen of intellectualizing. Okay.
Because you can stay up here.
I can do it.
So take me into my body. How does that feel?
Exactly. And so I think those type of things are super important too. I appreciate her. Honestly, I do a pre-session and then a real session. Go to her.
And no, I'm not doing therapy on her. I don't want anybody to get an idea that I'm doing therapy on my friend. It's just like we having a conversation, and I'm the queen of asking questions. Like I'll ask questions because something just don't be adding up for me.
Nothing.
And I'm like, so what you really saying is blah blah blah. Yeah, that's what I'm really saying.
What's on the other side? What's on the other side of that fear?
And that's over brunch.
Yeah, over mimosas. How rude. How rude. I think the biggest thing we really want for you to understand is that finding your therapist.
Yeah, finding your person.
Is a process.
It is. It is a It's a And you know what? Us as therapists, yeah, sometimes it might bruise your ego, but like, why did person stop coming? What did I do wrong? But we're gonna survive through it because we do know that sometimes either a person's not ready or we're not a good fit. Even though you may do a consultation trying to see if you are a good fit, you still may not be a good fit. And like I do consultations, and I intuitively I know the person not a good fit. They won't tell me that they don't think they're a good fit, but they'll cancel the session, and I'll be like, I knew it wasn't. I didn't feel it. I'm not your person. But you could have told me that and not take up space on my books. But that's a whole different conversation. That's our stuff.
So we're going to actually probably we'll get some links together.
And put it in the comments.
Yes, that we want you all to use to find yourself a therapist, a clinician. There is so much going on in the world, and you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be the strong friend. You can find someone to work with you through whatever it is that you're experiencing and that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. You're not in this alone. And if it's no better time than to look for a counselor, April is the month. April and May, because April is Counseling Awareness Month, and then May is going to be Mental Health Awareness Month. So they bring it all up here together. So this is the right opportunity to do that. And don't wait until you're in crisis. Go when you're feeling an inkling that something just not right, or I'm feeling some kind of way. I need to talk to somebody about that. We're here to help you. Not us specifically, but as therapists here to help you process through that. So we are so glad to be back. We are. Today has been amazing. We are looking forward to tapings being released. Lucretia, when are we releasing tapings? It'll come out. Well, you'll be seeing it. So we're doing it the 2nd and the 4th Tuesdays. Okay. That's our schedule. That's our schedule. Hold us. So this should be the 2nd Tuesday of April that you are watching this. If it's not, that means somebody forgot to release something. And that probably was me. Well, we are excited to be back. We look forward to seeing you all at our next taping, at our next episode. And as usual, you can find Dr. Dangerfield on Instagram at I am Dr. Dangerfield. And you can find me on Instagram at I am Dr. Patience. And you can find our collective unit on Instagram at Brown Girl Banter. No, it's not. It's I am Brown Girl Banter. You're going way too long, y'all. And then it's I am Brown Girl Banter. That's it. That's it. That's it. And you can find us on YouTube at Brown Girl One Word Banter. That's what I meant. That's where you will get this episode. So make sure you go check us out. Share, like, comment, send to friends. Let's get us a good following of a bunch of Brown Girl Banters. So we love y'all. We'll check y'all later. Bye, Brown Girl Banter. Bye.